Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, to never miss a video from us.
In this video, we will cover top 15 must-know latest AWS SysOps interview questions. Question 1. Multiple apps in your VPC are getting port scans from a specific IP block. Your security team wants to block that IP block for 24 hours. What's the quickest way to do this? The correct answer is modify the network ACLs on all public subnets to deny that IP block. As network ACLs are stateless and operate at the subnet level, making them ideal for quickly blocking incoming traffic from a specific IP range. Security groups can only allow traffic, not deny it. Question 2. You're preparing for a compliance audit on your AWS environment. Which 3 steps help you get ready? These 3 options are correct answers. As AWS provides third-party compliance reports and supports customer audits through evidence gathering and approved penetration testing, not through physical tours or direct meetings with AWS auditors. Question 3. Your ELB shows 4 healthy instances in AZA and none in AZB. What do you need to fix to balance the instances across AZs? The correct answer is ensure auto-scaling launches instances in both AZs. As if auto-scaling is configured to launch in only one AZ, all instances will end up there. You need to distribute instance launches across multiple AZs for load balancing and high availability. Question 4. You're building an app using EC2 and SQS that must handle millions of messages per second. How do you ensure it scales properly? The correct answer is use auto-scaling with triggers based on SQS queue size. As SQS scales automatically, but your EC2 instances must scale too. Using auto-scaling policies triggered by queue size ensures your app grows and shrinks with demand. Question 5. Your M1.small EC2 instance has slow S3 uploads in the same region. What should you do? The correct answer is upgrade to a larger instance. As network bandwidth scales with instance size, upgrading to a larger instance type provides higher network throughput, improving S3 upload speed. Question 6. In a VPC, which 2 components provide external connectivity? The correct answer is NAT gateway and Internet gateway. As an Internet gateway provides public access, while a NAT gateway lets private instances access the Internet securely. Question 7. You expect a 20x traffic increase over 4 weeks. How can you avoid service disruption? The correct answer is check Trusted Advisor for service limits. As service limits, like instance counts or elastic IP quotas, can block scaling. Checking and adjusting limits ensures your system can handle forecasted load. Question 8. Auto-scaling instances marked unhealthy by ELB aren't replaced. What should you do? The correct answer is add an ELB health check to the auto-scaling group. As for auto-scaling to replace unhealthy instances, you must configure it to use ELB health checks, not just EC2 status checks. Question 9. Which AWS services offer built-in automatic backups and rotation? The correct answer is RDS and EBS. As RDS and Redshift automatically perform daily backups, EBS supports automated snapshots, providing simple backup management options. Question 10. A VPC uses IGW, public/private subnets, ELB, autoscaling, and multi-AZ RDS. Are there any single points of failure? The correct answer is no, this setup is already fault-tolerant. As with multi-AZ RDS, ELB across subnets, and redundant subnets, there's no single point of failure. IGWs don't need duplication. Question 11. Which statements describe VPC subnets? These two are correct answers. As subnets are AZ-specific, an internal routing between subnets is allowed by default unless explicitly blocked by NACLs. Question 12. Your auto-scaling instances must push custom metrics to CloudWatch. How should they authenticate? The correct answer is use an IAM role with put metric data permissions. As IAM roles let EC2 instances securely access AWS services without storing credentials, this is the recommended approach. Question 13. When an EC2 instance with an S3-backed AMI is terminated, what happens to its root volume data? The correct answer is automatically deleted. As S3-backed AMIs use ephemeral storage for root volumes, which is lost when the instance is terminated. Question 14. You have EC2 and DynamoDB across multiple regions and want global performance metrics. How do you do it? The correct answer is use CloudWatch CLI to pull metrics per region and aggregate. As CloudWatch metrics are region-specific, you must pull them from each region and aggregate the data for global insights. Question 15. Your mostly on-premises company needs an AWS app that authenticates via on-prem LDAP. What's the best option? The correct answer is use a VPN to connect to your on-prem LDAP. As a VPN securely connects AWS resources to your existing LDAP server with minimal changes to user management. Thanks for watching. For more such video, please like and subscribe our channel.